1 of the 2024-25 Ninja A-League season. It is football at McKellar Park once more, and it is Canberra United and Brisbane Roar with 23 rounds of possibility ahead. Well, the last time these sides met, it was the final game of last season. Canberra United went on a mighty little run towards the end. It was Brisbane who struck first through Jenna McCormick, but then Michelle Heyman scored her 111th league goal to equalise, and Serbian international Vesna Milivojevic scored the winner. Out of the goal scorers, only Heyman will line up today. Well, the teams making their way out to the centre of the park. There are so many parallels between these clubs, two former giants of the league. Haven't made finals since 2021. Could this be their season? Both sides will be hoping that that is the case. Well, Canberra United's team this afternoon, new coach Anthony Jagarinec has named 4 Canberra United debutants in his starting side. Emma Rovers, Aideen Keane, Maya Markovski and Darcy Malone come in for the first time, all with previous A-League women's experience. New signing Elizabeth Anton is unavailable due to a minor knock. There's Michelle Heyman, the main woman for Canberra United, on 99 Canberra United goals. It was at this venue. She scored a century in the league last season. She'll be hoping for one more today. Here's Brisbane's Roar lineup. 4 debutants for Alex Smith's side, including American goalkeeper Olivia Sekani. Chelsea Blissett returns from an ACL injury to finally make her 50th league appearance, while junior Matilda Grace Kwalamu, who scored in round 1 of last season, makes the bench for her injury return. Well, our referees this afternoon just finalising the coin toss. Rachel Mitchinson is the central official. She's assisted by Lauren Hargrave and Delphina Shakespeare. The 4th official is Isabella Mosson. There is Chelsea Blissett, a fantastic story. She was in every stat pack on 49 appearances last season. Of course, did her ACL early on, and finally gets the opportunity to bring up that milestone. A very promising young player. And there's Canberra United head coach Anthony Jagarinec in his first ever A-League women's game. He's a Canberra local. He was an assistant for a long time, and he'll be looking to create a system more defensively solid than his predecessor. And with a new look team, many of the faces of whom you can see there, it'll be fascinating to see how they play this afternoon. Well, after Alex Smith took over 4 games into last season, we have a pretty good idea of how his Brisbane side will play. Possession-heavy, front-foot football. With a full pre-season under his belt and a squad that he put together this time, the question that will go some way to being answered today is whether or not Brisbane have the players to pull that style of football off. One of those new faces you can see lining up, perhaps in the number 6 role, number 7, Momo Hiyashi. She has been exceptional in Queensland NPL for a long time, and another one of those important players, of course, Tamiki Yallop. And Matilda, 159 appearances in the A-League Women's as well. Her 150th for Brisbane this afternoon. Someone who has become synonymous with Queensland. Young Mary Stanish-Floody for Canberra there. Maya Markovski in the background. Both players will be looking to make their mark this season. The referee just waiting for kickoff, waiting to get us underway. Plenty of new faces for both clubs, players with points to prove. Maybe haven't been able to crack it at other clubs at other times. Is this their season? It's been a long pre-season, and we are back underway in the Ninja A-League at McKellar Park. Canberra United hosting Brisbane Roar. 2 teams with so much on the line and plenty to prove. It's always difficult to predict at the start of the season how the games will go, how the players will go. There's Sian Fryer, who had a breakout season last time, of course, was a reserve for the Matildas at the Olympics as a result of her season, created the second most chances in the league, only second to Courtney Vine. Made an appearance at the Olympics as well as an injury replacement. And it's her with the ball in her hands to take this throw. You see this possession-heavy football from an Alex Smith side. He's a student of the City Football Group. That ball attempted to play up the line for Tamar Levin. Hiyashi trying to find a teammate. Canberra take it out. And well gathered by Levin. And swarmed by those two green shirts, not able to get a ball in. And Della Harp involved as well. So players just getting some of their first touches on the ball, their first involvement. There's Aideen Keane. Has played at Perth Glory and Sydney FC. Fits the profile of a player who could really excel in this team. Brisbane having some joy up that right-hand side so far. Evie Popodanova in that number 17 shirt, Bulgarian international. Keep an eye on her today. Somewhat of a wild card, 6-time Bulgarian Player of the Year. Heyman in her enthusiasm to get to the ball ahead of Chelsea Blissett, just fouling her there. That long ball, you can see the intent, but it'll go out for a goal kick. Sally James in goals. Well, she's had a career that started at Canberra United and then perhaps didn't go the way that she would have liked from there. Fell out of favour at Melbourne City before moving to Perth Glory. And, of course, Morgan Aquino had the season of her life. Last season kept James out of the team. So she's come back to Canberra, replacing Chloe Lincoln, who's moved to Western United. Still very young, still very talented, Sally James at 22. And McQueen, her first involvement is giving away a foul for Canberra. Take another look at this foul. Aideen Keane trying to get away, and Holly McQueen just not letting her past. The 18-year-old Stanish Floody standing over this free kick. Let's see what Canberra have cooked up in pre-season. Ball delivered in. Safe hands from Brisbane's new goalkeeper, Olivia Sekani. She's on loan from Racing Louisville in the NWSL. So maybe hoping to have a similar impact that Jordan Silkowitz had last season. Long ball up the line to Miki Yallop against McKenzie. She gets a ball in, Yallop. It's a ball of quality. And the header flashes just wide. Sally James extremely relieved to watch that fly by. That's that quality of Tamiki Yallop at this level. To find a teammate in the box from that kind of position. Heyman in space, somewhere you don't want her to be. Markovski couldn't get past Sian Fryer, who was dropping deep and doing her defensive duties, and then beats Markovski, beats Stanish Floody too, to play it inside and build something even more promising for Brisbane. That pass goes astray though. Brisbane pick it up again. Woods, central, Levin. Ooh, all the way through. Deborah Ann Della Harp can square it, but it flashes across the face of goal. No one home for Brisbane. Canberra get away with that one. It was maybe too tight of an angle for Della Harp to shoot. There's another promising ball in behind. Has to be dealt with, isn't Popanova's involved. Just a battle at the moment for Canberra to get it out of their own half. And Taylor Young, that hasn't been cleared the way she would have liked. Yallop, it's 11. Hiyashi. Yallop is brought to ground, but not illegally, says the referee, and that clearance hasn't gone well though. 11. Able to keep the ball for Brisbane. Hiyashi. Woods. Tish Woods, of course, a mid-season signing from Alex Smith last season as a result of her form in the league and also the NPL, selected for the under-20 squad that went to the World Cup. Not able to clear their lines here. Here's Popanova. He's fouled as well. Popanova looked like she was in the clear. She'll get a helping hand back to her feet. A little bit too enthusiastic from 18 Keane. So it's Tish Woods who is on set piece duty. Sally James organising her defence. We've already seen one free header from Brisbane today that flashed wide. Can they produce something else from this set piece? Here's Woods to deliver towards the back post. Header was met. Canberra scrambling, eventually get it away. Here's Hiyashi. She's known for her long bombs in the NPL. And that one flew wide. She's got that in her locker, Momo Hiyashi, and that is something to watch throughout this game. But let's take a look at the replay of this set piece. Players challenging, eventually cleared away. They've got to watch that aerial route here, Canberra. But of course, for Brisbane, any ball forward could find the feet of Michelle Heyman, and that could always spell danger. Here come Brisbane again. Sian Fryer driving into the penalty area, squaring it back, bodies everywhere. Well, an attempted clearance has come back off a Brisbane player. It's in the back of the net, but the whistle has gone. We'll have to see a replay to dissect exactly what happened there. The assistant referee on this side had her flag raised, so there was an offside somewhere. It was great work from Fryer to get to the byline. She cut it back to 11. That clearance there has gone straight into Yallop and then off Yallop. Popanova was lurking, but she was well offside. And Brisbane have been relentless in these opening exchanges. Maybe a bit of early season nerves from Canberra. There's some nerves trying to play out from the back. A player's gone to ground as well, but a clean challenge. It was Yallop who almost found the ball at her feet on the edge of the area. So Popanova has intercepted, played to Yallop, and then that challenge from Sophia Christopherson was clean. It had to be. Well, of course, we saw this in last night's match. Early domination by a team. It doesn't necessarily guarantee success, but Brisbane are looking good at the moment. And that volley from Yallop, perhaps a little bit ambitious from that position. Well, if any player on the pitch is entitled to try something like that, it probably is Tamika Yallop. James launches it forward. Looks like friendly fire there on Hiyashi. 29-year-old Japanese national. She was Football Queensland's Player of the Year for 2024 after several years of excellence in the NPL. Here come Canberra. We've not really seen what they can do in an attacking sense so far. Markovski struggling to control the ball. It'll be fascinating to see how her and Heyman work together. They're very similar players. Very tall, sharpshooters. Markovski looks to be deployed in that right wing role, which she's not super familiar with. Let's take a look at this again. Yeah, it was friendly fire. Hiyashi pushed by her own teammate there. Brisbane on the counter. Yallop has got Popodanova in front of her. She'll play her in. Christopherson chasing back. She was offside in any case. Well, maybe a chance here for Canberra to just reset, take a breath, play some passes. Emma Rober's getting on the ball. Hasn't been able to be super involved so far. Oh, here's trouble. Oh, Markovski applying the pressure to the Brisbane defence. It was Chelsea Blissett almost caught out on her return. You don't necessarily expect players to be 100% in their first game back after such a long-term injury. It will maybe take some adjusting to get back into the league, but we know how good Blissett is. Formerly of Melbourne City and played a few games last season for the Roar as well. The Roar again causing issues. Popodanova challenged by Alex McKenzie in her second season in the league. Making herself busy, the Bulgarian international. Brisbane's corner delivered towards the back post. Header met, but a little bit too much on it to really gain any traction. Leah Varley is the player who got on the end of that one. Her Brisbane Roar debut today, her 11th A-League women's appearance, formerly of Melbourne City, where her sister Sophia still plays. The Roar still very much on the front foot here. Tish Woods will come over to collect this ball and take the corner from this side. She's got Yallop as a short option. Ball delivered in again towards the back post, challenging that Canberra defence. And it'll be take two from the other side because it was a Canberra head that met it and cleared it away. This is where James really needs to assert herself now. Hasn't had too much first-team A-League women's football in some time. She needs to use her voice, command her defence. Woods again, delivering. Not quite as pinpoint that time, and that's easier for Canberra to deal with, although Hiyashi will put it straight back in. James was alert to the danger. Looks like that's part of her role, just to sit a little bit deeper and have those long shots from anywhere. The highlights reel in NPL Queensland is quite extraordinary. Here's Canberra on the break. Michelle Heyman. How many times have we seen this in her career? Michelle Heyman! And it's Maya Markovski on the rebound, on her return to the A-League Women's. The NPL Victoria gold medalist makes an immediate impact. And in front of their home fans, against the run of play, Canberra United take the lead. Well, Michelle Heyman on the counter, as she has done so many times. This lifted ball over the top from Emma Robers, found the run of Heyman. She took the strike well. It was a good save from Sakani because she could do nothing about that rebound. Markovski gets her goal. She has been scoring for fun over the winter. And the former Melbourne Victory player will be so stoked with that goal. Well, Brisbane, they have been dominating everything. I said earlier it had a bit of an air of last night to it, where Wellington Phoenix were the team that were dominating Western United before eventually going behind. In this case, it's Canberra in transition who've managed the same feat. They'll look to hit back straight away though. Fryer, Sean Fryer towards the byline. Sally James able to come and claim. Well, that is the danger with Canberra United, and there's a new coach in town, Anthony Dragonech. He's been very assertive about the need to be more defensively solid. What we've seen from them so far is they've remained compact. There's been a few heart-and-mouth moments, but they've managed to hit Brisbane on the break, and that's maybe the downfall of that possession-heavy style of football. Is you can sometimes leave yourself vulnerable. There's no perfect system in football. It's the game of averages and trying to figure out what works out best for you. And for Canberra United, all it took was one long ball over the top, Michelle Heyman, and then Maya Markovsky to finish the move off. Yashi's ball, maybe not quite on the same wavelength as Deborah Ann Delaharpe, who was also lurking. That certainly got this crowd in Canberra up and about. They love their A-League women's down in Canberra. It's the only side in the competition without a men's counterpart, although that does look set to change sometime in the near future. But for now, they stand alone, and the Canberrans absolutely love their team. They love it when they see Michelle Heyman running into space, and they love it when they see their team scoring goals. Woods applying the pressure. Heyman. Taken out by Varley. Just heard in the effects mic Alex Smith saying one player when Heyman got the ball. He's thinking all we have to do is mark one player, but that is easier said than done. Here come Canberra, Bertolicio, the youngster, playing it out to an on-rushing Keane, who wasn't able to get there. How about that skill from young Mary Stanich-Floody as well, only 18 years of age. She was injured towards the end of last season, but she's come back out today. Always has been known as a good technical player. As she grows and gets older, she'll no doubt add more to her game, and we're seeing that right in front of our eyes in her third season in the competition. As you can see, the Raw 61% possession certainly passes the eye test. In fact, the eye test says it's probably been more. But the only stat that matters is that Canberra currently have that lead. There's plenty of this game to go. As that ball goes out straight to Alex Smith, who shows off some of his skills. Intercepted by Malone. Lovely ball to Markovski. Markovski will play it to Heyman. Michelle Heyman, she's got options in the middle here, Heyman. It was well defended by Varley. And it'll go out for a Canberra corner. Well, it was a fantastic switch of play from Darcy Malone, who's looking to get herself more involved in the game, the midfielder. She's coming from Sydney FC, has previously spent a season at Melbourne City as well. 24 appearances in the competition, but the vast majority of those from the bench. Here's this corner in for Canberra, headed away. Malone was there on the end of the area, couldn't get it under control. Now here's a long bomb from distance. Well, it feels like many players in the league inspired by the exploits of Kyra Cooney-Cross during the week for the Matildas. That time it was Hayley Taylor-Young, who was another player who was injured for the entirety of last season, has returned this time out, the 22-year-old, after playing for the Illawarra Stingrays in the NPL New South Wales in the winter. It's great to see her back out there. Another young player with a lot of great raps on her. Still plenty to come in her career. Brisbane trying to play it out from the back. Intercepted high now. Sanish Floody will play it back, and that ball from Robers not able to find a target. Malone. This is trouble. Oh, Hayley Taylor-Young's been caught out here. Brisbane Roar could have their equaliser. Tamar Levin, it's a great save from Sally James. Levin still going and cleared away. Feels the most dangerous for both sides when they're trying to play out from the back at the moment. You almost just need to put a foot through it sometimes. Here's Markovski trying to play it up to Heyman, and will be brought back for a foul. Let's take a look at this again. Yeah, not great work from Taylor-Young. Tamar Levin tried to take advantage, and Sally James, on her return to Canberra, makes a fantastic one-on-one save to deny Levin what would have been her first A-League women's goal. Clever ball from Robers. Markovski. And her side a corner. So Canberra United getting more and more of a foothold in this contest. Corner taken short and quickly. Stanich Floody driving it in, cleared away by the Brisbane defence. Now more pressure on Bernalicio that time. Brisbane win it back. What can they do in transition? Sian Fryer, we know how quick she is. Up and down that wing. Cutting back inside is Fryer, looking for options. Can only find a green shirt of Robers. Here's Robers again. Played that ball through to Heyman that led to the first goal. Markovski not able to keep it in that time. Very familiar with the green shirt. Emma Robers played the last couple of seasons with Western United. Played for Melbourne Victory before then as well. One of quite a few players on the pitch for Canberra from Melbourne. Brisbane win the ball back off the Canberra throw. Yallop Can't get through. Oh, that's a nice turn, although well, you hate that. Keane's gone down, clutching a knee. She get gingerly back up to her feet. There's so many players with injury concerns on this pitch. Heart always stops for a second when you see that, but she's okay. Certainly was a tough challenge from behind. She's claiming there should have been a card for that one. You can certainly see the argument. A bit of luck there. Alex McKenzie picking that ball up when it looked like no one wanted it. No Canberra player, no Brisbane player. Papadanova maybe not pressing as much as Coach Alex Smith would have liked. Anyway, play continues. Taylor Young. Headed down by McQueen, and Hiyashi is there to play back to the keeper. Here comes Keane, driving into the box, and again, Brisbane forced to clear it out of play. It'll be another Canberra United corner. They've got two obvious targets in the middle, Canberra. They have Maya Markovski and they have Michelle Heyman, both players standing right next to each other. Markovski actually has a little bit of height on Heyman, it looks like, just from that image. Ball delivered in now, not dealt with by Brisbane. It's at Markovski's feet. She'll play it back to Stanish-Floody. Stanish-Floody trying to find options. It's not able to get the ball fully under control. Robers will play it all the way back to Bertolicio. Malone. Bertolicio again in a foot race. Didn't win the foot race, but was able to gather the ball anyway. It didn't bounce kindly for Papadanova, who looks to be a little bit sore after that challenge as well. Canberra will let it run out of play so that she can get some attention. Hopefully that's nothing too serious. Take a look at this again. Put everything on the line there to try and win that ball back, and it could have flown anywhere. She may have just hurt herself in the process. The 28-year-old has played in Italy for the last few years for clubs like Napoli, Sassuolo, Lazio. Went to college in the USA before then. And again, that six-time Bulgarian Player of the Year. Bulgaria, not a side that you would... not a nation that you would normally associate with football. They're actually ranked 98th in the world, to give some context for teams that Australians are more familiar with. The Philippines, Thailand are more like in the 30s and 40s, so they are a team that don't always get the best results, but Papadanova is a player who is an absolute star for them. A player that has the potential to light up the Ninja A-League, and let's hope that this knock is nothing too serious. Hopefully it's just a little contact injury and she'll be okay to continue. She looks like she is preparing to come back on the pitch. Deborah Delaharpe will sportingly give the ball back to Canberra as they did take it out of play. Leah Varley also off the field of play. Well, despite the remonstrations between fourth official and coaches on the sideline, play has continued. Brisbane, another dangerous spot, trying to play it out from the back. This time they get it right. Woods. Now it's intercepted in midfield. Keane running onto this one. She's got heaps of options in the middle if she can find them. Aiden Keane. Back down the line. Being chased down by Sian Fryer, who forced the ball all the way back to the defence. Markovski. Bertolicio. Hopeful ball in. Heyman is there. It's headed away, although it's come out to Stanish-Floody, who scores a spectacular volley The 18-year-old, only the third goal in her A-League women's career, and you don't see many more spectacular than that. This is unbelievable from Mary Stanic-Floody. Bertolicio puts the ball in, it pops up, and Stanic-Floody, wow. Well, that is something that she will remember for a long time. Canberra are pumped up at the minute. The crowd is behind them. They are 2 goals to the good. We have a round 1 contender for goal of the season. And Brisbane now have an almighty hole to dig themselves out of. Wouldn't have thought that in the first 10 minutes. They were well and truly on top, but now goals to Markovski and Stanic-Floody have completely changed the game. This competition, the Ninja A-League, you see the next generation of stars every week. Mary Stanic-Floody, remember the name, she is one of them. Brisbane trying to immediately hit back and reduce this deficit. Tish Woods will take the corner. Ball delivered in again towards the back post this time. Far too much on it. It goes straight out of play. Sally James will take the goal kick. Well, after last season, where Canberra United almost found themselves battling for the wooden spoon, and they're on top here, and you can see that pass accuracy in the final third. As much as Brisbane have had the run of possession and have probably been better in midfield, in the final third, they haven't been able to make their passes stick. And that's why Canberra United are the team in the lead at the moment. Ultimately, it is what you do in the opponent's third that matters. Here's a dangerous giveaway. Yallop out wide to Della Harp. Deborah Ann Della Harp delivers. Dangerous. Sally James managed to get enough on it to punch it away. Here's a shot from distance from Woods. It was helped on by Yallop. McKenzie blocked it away, couldn't reel it in before it ran out of play, so Brisbane will have another corner. Can Yallop inspire them here? The Matilda, 33 years of age. She's played all over the world, Tamika Yallop. What can she do for Brisbane here? Here's Woods with the corner towards the back post. Varley met the header, couldn't get any real power on it. It's flown over the crossbar for a Canberra goal kick. Again, they're really targeting this back post today, Brisbane, with their corners. Varley being the obvious target. From a small town called Finley, Leah Varley, near Mildura. So a country kid, only 22 years of age. Didn't get a whole heap of game time at Melbourne City. Did increase once Caitlin Sorby left on that mid-season transfer to the NWSL. You'd imagine it will be the Raw where she'll get her real first opportunity in the first team. Fryer winning another corner for Brisbane. It's taken quickly and short, although defended well from Canberra. And now they can counter. Heyman playing the ball forward. Look at that speed of Michelle Heyman, still at 36 years of age. She's not slowing down anytime soon. Heyman just been held up, looking for options ahead. Calm as you like, we'll play it back. Almost nonchalantly in the end. Malone. Stanic-Floody. Taylor Young. McKenzie will look to start again. Bertolicio, ball over the top. Heyman will tried to head it on, but no one was running onto it, and she was offside in any case. Assistant referee with the flag raised. Malone. Interception. Heyman is lurking. They'll have to be careful here. Eventually, Olivia Sekani claimed it. You don't want to mess around when Michelle Heyman is in the box and ready to pounce on any mistake. Fryer. 11. Looking for the 1-2. Can the pace of Fryer get there? Not before Sally James. To the warm applause of the crowd who recognise the efforts of the young goalkeeper. Throw in for Canberra. Looking to fashion some more opportunities before the half-time break. Popitanova. Nice footwork. Yallop's in the middle. She's taken to ground. No foul in it. We'll have another chance here, Brisbane, to build. Stella Harp. And her lofted ball straight into the breadbasket of Sally James. A nice easy mark for her. Canberra just forced to take it out of play because the player is down injured. Darcy Malone, by the looks of it. Take another look at this potential penalty. Popitanova going one way, then the other. Well, it didn't look to be too much in it. Probably the right decision from the referee there. Darcy Malone, after having to wait so long for an A-League women's start, will be really hoping she can walk off this injury. She's been good so far today. She's been the linchpin of an all-dominant MacArthur Rams side in the NPL New South Wales. Just in a little bit of a tangle with Hiyashi. Only 21 years of age, Malone. She's been so highly rated for such a long time. Really deserves a shot at a run of games in this competition. Sally James punts it forward. Not able to be kept in on the wing by 18 Keane. Popitanova. Nice ball up the line for Fryer. She's not able to get it clear. Stanish Floody. That's a nice ball from Stanish Floody. Releasing Keane, who cuts inside. Hiyashi is there, though. And that ball's gone to Sian Fryer, who's being urged to go all the way by her coaching staff. Fryer couldn't get past the Canberra defence. Here's Yallop. Tamiki Yallop thought about shooting from distance. She went wide instead to Della Harp. Hiyashi. Remember, Hiyashi will turn. Shot blocked away. Holly McQueen now assessing her options. This is a very organised Canberra United side. We haven't seen too much of the chaos that inflicted them at times last season in defence. Doesn't mean that they haven't conceded opportunities, but Does look like the new coach is making good on his promise so far. Yallop delivering a dangerous ball in. James punched away. And Keane able to clear. Heyman always a threat on those clearances. And it's pretty comfortably dealt with by Blissett. Malone back on the pitch. He looks to be moving okay. Taylor Young looking to go long, does so. Heyman trying to win the header. Stays on her feet somehow before Tish Woods comes and collects and says no more of that. Christopherson last season made a name for herself with a run at wing. She's very fast, scored a stunning goal. In this game, she seems to be deployed much deeper in a right wing-back kind of role. Well, that's certainly a foul from Popodanova. She didn't do very well at disguising that whatsoever. You can understand the frustration because Alex McKenzie has so far done a pretty good job at containing her. Well, you can hear what Anthony Dragonich thought of that challenge. It's the other way around, it's a red, he said. It certainly looks like a pretty clear and obvious foul in any case. And that time, McKenzie just offering a hand-in apology to Popodanova. Doesn't want anything bubbling under the surface too much. That time, the foul was reversed. McKenzie fouling Popodanova as she attempted to break free. McQueen, Della Harp, Yallop. Had a lot of joy down this right-hand side, Brisbane. McQueen again, nice ball through to Mar11. Out wide to Della Harp, across the box. A hand on it from James. And the header has gone just wide from Brisbane. Possibly their best opportunity of the game. Sean Fryer at the back post. Let's take a look at this again. Levin played it to Della Harp. James got a glove on it. Fryer couldn't direct the header on target. She had an open net to aim for. She'll be kicking herself, the six-time Matilda. And she wasn't able to put that one away. Only a couple of minutes to go in this half. Canberra United will be absolutely thrilled by the game as the score stands. Maybe even time for one more attacking foray into Brisbane's half. Varley, Miyashi. Canberra's press doing its job, forcing Brisbane to take the ball out of play. Well, 3 minutes of additional time in this first half, as signalled by our fourth official, Isabella Mawson. So still time for either side to make an impact before the halftime break. This is always the most dangerous time, really. You never want to concede in this first half stoppage time period. But if you can score, it team talk becomes just that little bit easier. The Wally Snakes taste just that little bit better. Hiyashi, her ball finding no one but Sally James, who is more than happy to let the clock tick down. A little bit of time wasting from the 22-year-old. Canberra winning the ball in midfield. Keane did really well to come away with the ball there, 18 Keane, not able to get past Fryer. McKenzie, but Alicio clearing it away. Heyman couldn't get there ahead of Varley. No real urgency from the Roar either here. Not a super hot day in Canberra. Early 20s, a little bit of cloud cover. Actually pretty perfect playing conditions for football. Sally James being put under some pressure and takes the ball out of play as a result. One last move from Brisbane. Putanova trying to play it back. That ball, an attempted clearance, has just gone straight into the danger zone. Emma Robers is there to clear it away properly this time. 18 Keane has Heyman ahead of her, being urged to run herself. Can't get past Chelsea Blissett in Brisbane's defence. Malone. Canberra happy to just tick down the seconds before the half-time break. Very content in their lead. Yashi intercepting, Popadanova. Ball taken away, Sian Fryer. Can she reduce the deficit before half-time? Fryer deflection and out of play. So that will be the final action of the first half here at McKellar Park. A half that Brisbane dominated for the most part, but it is Canberra United, thanks to goals to Maya Markovski and a stunner from Mary Stanage-Floody, who lead at halftime. Canberra United 2, Brisbane Roar 0. So let's take a look at how the half played out. It was a game where Brisbane have had plenty of chances so far, but it's only been the home side who have been able to put them away. His first goal, a ball over the top from Emma Robers. Michelle Heyman running onto it. You expect her to score from this position. Instead, it was a good save from Olivia Sakani. And on the follow-up, Maya Markovski, her first goal back in the competition since re-signing for Canberra United. Slotted in home. The celebration that she's made famous in this league, at least. The Canberra crowd certainly enjoyed that one. And there's that second goal from Mary Stanage-Floody. What a stunner that was. The technical effort to put that in on goal. The 18-year-old with a perfect volley. Here was one of Brisbane's best opportunities. That ball was deflected away from Sally James right into the path of Sian Fryer, but she wasn't able to get her header on target. And so they weren't able to find the breakthrough before half-time. There are the stats. The Roar with more shots, more possession, but Canberra just clinical. Those shots, those possession stats not really showing us anything that the eye test didn't tell us. Canberra United simply the more clinical side so far. Well, still plenty of action to come in the Ninja A-League. Tomorrow we'll see Melbourne City against Perth Glory at 3 p.m. We'll also see the Jets taking on the Western Sydney Wanderers at 4 p.m. And here's a preview of that game now.
In his first full season as Newcastle Jets head coach, Ryan Campbell is very upbeat. The Jets have enjoyed some confidence boosting pre-season matches, with Coach Campbell particularly pleased with the depth of his squad. Local talent is a key pillar to the group, with a void left by the departure of Philippine star Serena Bolden and Melina Ayres. The Jets have a group of youth internationals ready to continue their emergence as Ninja A-League stars, including Lara Gooch, Emma Dundas and Claudia Chico. NRL women's star Sheridan Gallagher is also back playing football as a dual sport athlete, having previously played for Western Sydney Wanderers and the Young Matildas. Head coach Robbie Hooker will lead the Wanderers again. Sophie Harding also makes a welcome return, the striker with 14 goals in 39 appearances. The reigning Dolan medalist leads the Wanderers in all-time scoring. It's a young squad, but Ella Buchanan, a young Matilda, offers further depth. The 20-year-old has re-signed for 2 years. Danica Matos is also coming off her best season to date, which culminated in selection for the A-League All-Stars team that played against Arsenal. In 2023-24, the Wanderers fell heartbreakingly short of reaching the finals and will look to better that in the upcoming Ninja A-League season. Do you want access to watch your favourite women's team play live in the Ninja A-League at any stadium across Australia for free? If you are under 16, register online now for the Ninja A-League Women Digital Pass. It'll give you free access to the first 4 rounds of the season. For more details, go to aleagues.com.au.
Well, this game has been full of excitement. 2 goals so far, but of course the competition got back underway last night. It was a goal fest in Sarnie. If you missed it, let's check out the highlights now.
Here's Main. Into the middle it drifts. A bit of a miss-hit pass, but it's going to work out for Wynnum, who won it back into the middle for Tanaka. It's a goal on debut for Mepe Tanaka. And Wellington Phoenix get the reward for blitzing the first 15 minutes. Western United looking to hit back from kickoff. Lagazzo's in the long ball, and Western United are level. Straight from kickoff. Chloe Lagazzo squares the game away. And is that the heart starter for Western United? Advantage given. It was a crunching tackle by Longo. Carly Johnson's away down the left. The cutback is on, and it's 2-1 to Western. Amy Medwin. It's a first ever Ninja A-League goal for Amy Medwin. And Western United have turned around the deficit in the blink of an eye. Given away by the Phoenix defence. Lagazzo shot blocked immediately. It's Groundhog Day for the Wellington defenders at the moment. Zimmerman trying to capitalise on it. And it's 2. Yes, it's there. Off the underside of the bar. Carly Johnson on the end of Zimmerman's cross. And Western United, after going behind in this first half, have gone bang, bang, and bang again, 3-1. Can Western United make it a 4th? The cutback. Lagazzo blocked it, looping high. Oh, a mix-up between the defenders, and it falls on the line. It's in eventually. It is a goal. Absolute carnage in the Phoenix defence. Let's try and diagnose exactly what happened. Lagazzo shot initially. Goalkeeper and defender not on the same wavelength. It's almost over the line there. If it wasn't, it's Zimmerman's goal. Good luck sorting that out. Momentum that Wellington started the second half with has eased off a bit. They're looking to re-find the spark with this long throw. Main has run onto it. Elliott and Wynnum in the middle. Wynnum! Put it straight into the keeper's gloves. What a chance for the Phoenix.
Should have been a goal.
Ingham gets back to the ball and is shut down by Grove. Grove showed a lot of the ball to Wall. Penalty. And this might just be, as we tick into the final 10 minutes, hope for the Wellington Phoenix. It's Emma Main from the penalty spot, and she's good off the underside of the bar. It's 4-2, and Wellington Phoenix have a ray of hope. Longo's just going to drop it right in the pack of players. Lake was up, but didn't get purchase on the header.
Well, what a game that was to welcome us back into the Ninja A-League for a new season. All of these teams across this league have so much to offer, so much exciting young talent, and you can see them all during Unite rounds coming up in just a few weeks. What will Unite round bring this season?
Make sure to mark these dates in your diary. The 22nd to the 24th of November, it is Unite round returning to the A-Leagues. Ninja A-League playing out of Leichhardt Oval, the Isuzu A-League out of Allianz Stadium. Tommy Orr, 2 venues, 14 clubs, 1 city. It promises to be an absolute football feast for A-Leagues fans.
Absolutely, and fans very much at the forefront of this weekend, and it's exciting to have so many exciting games and so many football fans from around the country and New Zealand, of course, all in one city, and the family atmosphere and the things going on around the games. I feel like there'll be a lot of excitement, so a lot to look forward to for A-League fans.
There's going to be legends on display, food trucks, DJs, you name it. The entertainment is sorted for Unite round. In the women's, there's obviously the standout fixture. They're all great games, but the grand final rematch from last year, Sydney FC against Melbourne City. Yep. Of course, they finished 1v2. Melbourne City pipped them to the Premier's Plate on the final day of the season after Sydney FC got that terrible loss by their own standards against a Melbourne Victory. If you're looking at the men's, the Isuzu A-League out of Allianz Stadium, I mean, where to start with the games here? Yeah. Not only is there a derby between the Mariners and the Jets, but a Sydney derby as well. Yeah, all huge games on everyone's bucket list. When the draw comes out in pre-season, these are the games that you have your eye on when it is, and to have them all on the same weekend in the same city just gives the fans a fantastic opportunity to experience all of them, and not only necessarily at the game, but in and around the game, the pubs, and the family atmosphere that I'm sure that will be happening in Sydney. So it's very exciting. If you haven't done already, head to aleagues.com.au to get your tickets for Unite round. Reserve your spot there. Take in as much football as you possibly can. The 22nd to the 24th of November, it is Unite round.
Well, how exciting is Unite round? Of course, last season during Unite round, Michelle Heyman scored her 100th goal in the league, the first player to ever do so. So you can see players achieve milestones just like that, maybe not as significant as that, but so many fantastic young players and so much to see during Unite round this season. Well, let's focus back on this game that we have. Canberra United currently leading the Brisbane Roar 2-0. This first goal here, it was the work of new signing Emma Robers to play the ball over the top to Michelle Heyman. She was running on into it, took a good strike, a good save, and Maya Markovsky was there to tuck it away. Heyman from here, you'd almost bet your house on her scoring from that position, but instead Markovsky made sure of it. Brought out the Sioux celebration. Absolutely stoked to be back in this competition is Markovsky. The second goal, a ball in from Tegan Bertolicio, found its way all the way to Mary Stanich-Floody, who scored an absolute stunner right where the Spiders live in the back of the net. An unstoppable volley from close range. Brought out the heart celebration. And that's a great moment for the 18-year-old midfielder. So looking back on the stats for that first half, it was the Roar who dominated possession. They had more shots, a higher passing accuracy as well. But of course, the only stat that matters at the moment is that scoreline. Canberra United were clinical with the opportunities that they got. 3 shots, 2 goals. You don't get too much of a better strike rate than that. And they'll just be hoping to get more of a foothold in the game. For the first 15 minutes or so before Canberra scored that first goal, it really was all Brisbane. So they'll be hoping that they can produce from minute 1 today. Well, there are two games coming up tomorrow. The first game is Melbourne City against Perth Glory at 3 p.m. Here's a preview for that one.
In the 2023-24 Grand Final, last season's premiers, Melbourne City fell short. Head coach Dario Vidicic exited, replaced by Michael Matriciani, a former Adelaide United player and championship-winning NPL coach. New Zealand star centre-back Rebecca Stott captains the side. The four-time A-League Women's champion is at full strength, contributing to City reaching the quarterfinals of the AFC Women's Champions League. City may have lost their all-time leading goalscorer Hannah Wilkinson, with the 32-year-old retiring. But they have secured former Wellington striker Mariana Speckmeyer, the Venezuelan international with 10 goals in 21 appearances for the Knicks. Much is new for Perth Glory. This year, all their matches will be played at the Sam Kerr Football Centre in Queen's Park. And Alex Apakis, the longest-serving Ninja A-League coach, has moved on. Stephen Peters is the new head coach, after winning a three-peat in the New South Wales NPL with Macarthur Rams. The squad has also been refreshed, the backline boosted by Nigerian international Oni Zog, who comes with UEFA Champions League experience, and young Matilda Naomi Chinema. In the final third, Welsh winger Megan Wynne will provide the X factor. The 31-year-old's background representing Wales and playing in top-flight English competitions will be invaluable. Do you want access to watch your favourite women's team play live in the Ninja A-League at any stadium across Australia for free? If you are under 16, register online now for the Ninja A-League Women Digital Pass. It'll give you free access to the first 4 rounds of the season. For more details, go to aleagues.com.au.
Well, we're back with live pictures from McKellar Park in Canberra, where it's the home side, Canberra United, currently leading the Brisbane Roar 2-0. Michelle Heyman making sure that she high-fives every kid on the way out. She's somewhat of a celebrity in these parts, Michelle Heyman, particularly given her recent exploits, returning to the national team, being a part of that Paris Olympic squad. She's giving her team a bit of a pump-up as they prepare to head back onto the pitch. Emma Rovers some tips. Plenty of smiles there. Some smiles for Brisbane as well. Mama Hiyashi has had a good start to her A-League women's career. Having a chat there to fellow midfielder Tish Woods. Woods, of course, an Australian under-20 international. The applause there as Canberra make their way back onto the field of play. Tamiki Yallop, can she have more of an impact in this second half? Papadanova as well had promising touches, just looking for that extra spark that can get Brisbane back in this game. So we're back underway in Canberra. It's the home side, Canberra United, with the 2-goal advantage. It's Brisbane Roar with a mountain to climb. And they've looked promising plenty in this first 45. What can they put together in the second? Well, attack straight from the off here, Brisbane. Tish Woods looking to challenge. Oh, clever work on that wing from 18 Keane, who thought that she won the throw, did indeed. He's just playing it off to a teammate. Just a little taste of some of her skills, Keane. Christopherson. Got quite a long throw in her, Christopherson. Maybe not quite set piece long throw level, but it's always an advantage when a team has someone that can throw the ball quite a long way. Good switch of play from Woods, finds Fryer. Probably came the closest for the Roar in the first half. Her ball evades everyone. A shot at the back post, blocked away. And Deborah Ann Della Harp not able to get a second ball in. In fact, it went out for a corner before she could do so. So the second half starting much like the first one did. Tish Woods standing over this corner opportunity. She'll deliver it into the mixer. Sally James, safe hands from the 22-year-old. Wouldn't she love the clean sheet on her Canberra United return? Markovski. Robers. Up the line. That's nice footwork again from Aiden Keane, who puts on the afterburners, but can't get past Hiyashi. McKenzie. Long diagonal, great ball to find Keane. Aiden Keane bursting into the penalty area, heavy touch. Allowed Olivia Sakani, the American goalkeeper, on debut to get out and smother that opportunity. Very good beginning to the second half for Keane. Interception from Fryer in another dangerous area. Levin is in the middle. Sean Fryer going one way then the other, beating Christopherson, finds Levin. Tamar Levin shoots straight at Sally James. Well, Levin has found herself in promising positions throughout this game, hasn't been able to convert as of yet. Woods. Christopherson intercepts the ball intended for Fryer. She'll play it out for another corner. Let's take a look at this again. This great piece of work from Aideen Keane to chest the ball down. Then that second touch got away from her. It wasn't her first. Her first was good. But in an attempt to get away from Deborah Ann Della Harp, she's played it a little bit too far ahead of her. Another corner in for Brisbane. A little bit further away than perhaps they would have liked. So Canberra able to clear. Hiyashi will play it to Yallop. Tamiki Yallop delivering a dangerous ball. Fryer unmarked. Eventually Taylor Young gets back, but she's beaten. And a shot from the edge of the area goes in. Evie Popadanova has her debut goal in the Ninja A-League. Brisbane Roar pull one back, and it's the Bulgarian international who gets them back to within one. This ball from Tamiki Yallop, wonderful into Sean Fryer, who was able to play it back to Popadanova, and all she had to do from there was steer it on target. She was able to do so, and the deficit is halved. Well, isn't that a welcome reprieve for Brisbane? After having so many opportunities, they've finally managed to put one away. It was the two Matildas combining, and then the cutback to Popadanova. Here's Canberra though, straight away Markovski. Maya Markovski trying to find a teammate, can't do so. And it ends with a foul the way of the Roar. Well, maybe it wasn't the most convincing finish, but it doesn't have to be. She hit the exact right spot, and maybe that's a lesson for any youngsters watching. You don't need to hit the leather off the ball as long as you get it in the right spot. It becomes very difficult to gather. Well, suddenly the game has a little bit of a different feel to it. just felt that Brisbane were going to be good for more chances and more opportunities. I was just wondering how they were going to get one away. That foul very contested by the Canberra players, and that wry smile on Sian Fryer's face suggests that she wasn't necessarily expecting it either. Good ball up the line, finds the goal scorer. Miscommunication there from Pipazanova and Fryer. Just means the ball is out of play. Take a look at this again. Well, she's won the ball there, Christopherson. There was heavy contact, but not so sure about that decision. Hiyashi. Yallop. Out wide, back to Yallop. She's looking for options, the Matilda. Hiyashi being urged to shoot. Instead, will go out wide. Delahuff's ball in, cleared by Robers. Tishwood's coming back in support, but they'll try that right-hand route again. Yallop. Dangerous ball in. Too much on it to challenge the frame of goal or Sally James.
Keep going, let's go, come on!
Canberra United chant goes up around McKellar Park, looking to lift their team. Another goal would do them the world of good. Good turn from Stanage Floody, who's put through a wonderful ball in the path of 18 Keane. Not able to get a shot away that time, but she'll turn, spin and shoot on her left. Scooped it over the crossbar. Well, 18 Keane will be kicking herself that she wasn't able to get a better shot off there, but what about the work for Mary Stanage Floody, who is having a day out today. A wonderful ball through. It was fantastic tracking back from Sian Fryer, who prevented the opportunity at the first time of asking, and then Chelsea Blissett was there to make the second one a lot more difficult. If you have a look at those shots, there might be another one here for Canberra. Stanage Floody breaking free, looking to square it back. Markovski trying to turn and shoot. Maya Markovski across the face of goal and cleared away by Brisbane. Another ball delivered in dangerously. Good touch. Stanage Floody, Markovski, deflection! And it's snuck in over the line. Canberra United get their third. Maya Markovski has a brace. And in their fifth shot of the game, it's Canberra United 3. Well, how about that? Canberra applying the pressure. Stanage Floody, another good touch. Markovski deflected off a Brisbane defender. They did everything they could to try and keep it out of the back of the net. Desperation from Leah Varley, but it did just enough. Maya Markovski, 2 goals for Canberra United. That smile says it all. She was in superb goal-scoring form in the NPL after being released from Melbourne Victory 2 seasons ago. And now, 2 goals in a green shirt. To put it into some context as well, she played 34 games for Melbourne Victory, scored 3 goals. And she scored 2 in about 55 minutes here. Some medical attention for Holly McQueen required. Brisbane Roar defender just getting into some trouble as she defended that goal. Hopefully she's okay. Well, you sure saw the shot statistics pop up on your screen as Canberra were attacking then. Brisbane dominating in all areas except the scoreboard. Fryer trying to change that. A good interception from Keane. Heyman not able to find her feet. And suddenly, another spring in their step. They were a bit down after they conceded that goal, Canberra. And now everything falling for them. Keane has had a fantastic second half so far. She's been really, really impressive today. Malone brought to ground and Keane brought to ground. That time it will be a foul, and the first yellow card of the game being produced as well. It's Chelsea Blissett, who the referee ensures turns around and sees it and acknowledges it. Of course, her first game back today, Chelsea Blissett, from ACL injury, and also her 50th appearance in the league with for Brisbane Roar and previously Melbourne City. Take a look at this again. Firstly, Darcy Malone was brought to ground, and then Keane. It's the second foul is the one that's been paid. So Keane and Stunich Floody are the two players standing over this ball. Will they go direct? Stunich Floody delivering. Heyman is there. She was rising, but couldn't get clear contact. Still on here for Canberra. That ball, though, not delivered with any kind of danger. Well, that's a move from the training ground, and Michelle Heyman was the linchpin of it. It was almost inch perfect, just slightly over the top of Heyman. Taylor Young. There's something about this Canberra United team that's a little bit like Western United season 1, and it's not just because they're wearing green. There's a lot of players in this squad who have been discarded by other A-League women's clubs, who have seen limited minutes, who have arrived in Canberra hoping to get their first real shot in the competition. Players who have performed at NPL level, as Brisbane almost winning the ball from Sally James and then winning a foul as well. But with Canberra, plenty of players that have performed at NPL level have not quite made the step up. But we can see them today. They are making that step up. Maya Markovsky with the brace. Darcy Malone has been good. Aiden Keane has been good. This could be the season where they really make their mark. Brisbane will be hoping that that doesn't happen anymore today, though. Here's Woods again, standing over this set piece. Delivered in dangerously. Varley is there. Leah Varley battling to get the ball at her feet. She gets a shot off. And it's just wide of that near post. Well, she's been the target for every single one of Brisbane's set pieces, Varley. And that time she did well to get the shot away, but the angle far too tight. It's almost becoming a little bit predictable with these set pieces, and credit to Brisbane, they've played well enough, we've seen plenty of them, but they are almost all exclusively the domain of Varley. Here's Fryer, trying to lift the team off her own back. Played back into Popatanova. A lovely turn from the Bulgarian international, still going in the penalty area, searching for options. Back to Fryer. 11 as the ball taken away. It's another attacking option that Brisbane may have had. Danelle Tan, this Singapore international, unavailable today with a knee injury. No timeline yet on that niggle. She's another player who will be keen to make her mark when she is ready. We'll see our first substitution of the game. It's 18 Keane making way after what was a really eye-catching performance, particularly in the second half. Kiwi international Ruby Nathan, the player coming on the pitch. As Keane, in acknowledgement of the score, isn't in too much of a rush to get off the field of play. She'll be thrilled with that return to the competition there, Keane. But Nathan has scored for New Zealand. She actually scored against the Solomon Islands. So she scored for her country before she scored in the A-League Women's. She'd love to change that this afternoon. Just a hint of the likes of a Markovsky or even a Heyman. She's a tall, strong kind of player. Maybe just needs to grow into her body a little bit more before we'll see her best at senior level. Yallop into the box, turning, shooting, deflection. James has work to do here. Fry has managed to keep it into the back post, and a shot from Della Harp hits the side netting. Oh, Brisbane, they will throw everything at this last 30 minutes or so. This is great work from Fryer, who's been so busy today. Came out to Della Harp in a great position. She wasn't able to hit the target. These long balls out of defence, as silly as it sounds, not only is it clearing for Canberra and just trying to get rid of the danger, it's an attacking weapon as well because of those threats up top. Rober's getting involved, poking the ball out of play. Fryer's ball into midfield. Raw players streaming forward. Yallop, Della Harp, options in the middle, blocked away. And for another Brisbane corner. Sian Fryer really trying to make things happen for Brisbane here. Della Harp getting more and more involved as the game goes on as well. Tish Woods with the corner towards the back post again. Well, had the markings of an Olympico for half a second, but no one arriving for Brisbane at the back post to even attempt to tuck that away. Here's Nathan, the substitute, not able to control the ball and keep it in play. Oh, you can hear Brisbane Raw coaching staff just letting the central official know that they need to ensure that there's as little time wasting as possible. Tish Woods intercepts. Still going here, Woods. Plays it out wide to Della Harp. A Canberra player brought to ground, appeals for a foul. Really Taylor Young saying, well, what was I supposed to do there? I wasn't able to do my job defending. Sally James was the player who was able to gather it in any case. Oh, maybe trouble here. Leah Varley hopefully just cramping. Just giving a little nod to the referee. You see a replay of Canberra's appeals for a foul. Well, for Brisbane, options off the bench, Grace Kulamu. It's her return from an ACL injury she suffered early last season. The 17-year-old scored against Melbourne Victory in round 1 of last season before suffering that injury. She's got a real eye for goal, a real talented youngster. She could be deployed. Sarah Kruger, who's coming back to Brisbane after a season at Sydney FC. Could be someone who we see introduced. Emily Pringle, American defender from UCLA. Isabella Hoyos and Emma Gibbon rounds out the bench for Brisbane. And it will be Emily Pringle who we see making her A-League Women's debut in place of Leah Varley. Pringle has family in Sydney, so it makes the transition not too difficult for her. No doubt they've made the trip down the freeway to see her this afternoon, make her professional footballing debut. And the ball immediately here looking to make an instant impact. She's someone who has all the markings of a very successful player in this league from a fantastic Division I college in the US, young and hungry, and ready to learn. This competition has been the makings of plenty of Americans of that profile over the years, and Pringle certainly suits that. Markovsky can't get past Woods. Bertolicio will come over together, but won't be able to take the throw just yet because we'll see another substitution. A double substitution, in fact, for Canberra United. Michelle Heyman, one of the players making way. She'll receive a rapturous applause, as she should. Janaea Dos Santos, the player replacing her. Holly Murray also making her way onto the pitch for Darcy Malone. Heyman, all smiles from her. She played her part in the first goal, of course, arrived back from international duty only a couple of days ago, so no doubt just a precaution to take her off at the 70th minute mark. Darcy Malone played well as well. Haven't seen the best of her just yet. She is some talent, and with plenty of starting minutes on the horizon. No doubt the A-League Women's will see what NPL New South Wales fans have been shouting about for so many years. The players introduced will be hoping to get straight into the action, particularly Janaea Dos Santos from Sydney FC, a forward arriving at Canberra United in search of opportunity after playing at the Under-20 Women's World Cup in the winter. Her sister Indiana, of course, playing for Sydney. Yallop 1-2 with Della Harp. Not able to beat Taylor Young to the ball. Robers calmly plays it up the line. Bertolicio. not able to beat Poppleton, but wins a throw in any case. At this stage of the game, she'll be more than happy with that. Well, that passing accuracy stat now, it's actually gone up for Canberra in the second half, perhaps as they've allowed themselves to be a little bit more conservative and try and hold the ball as they have this lead. The Raw sitting at a healthy enough 73%, although you'd imagine a coach of Alex Smith's kind of strategy will be hoping to get it more like 80% in the future. Robers trying to skip into the box. Holly Murray is there instead, who'll play it all the way back to the back line. This time a long ball in, searching for Ruby Nathan. Headed away by a Brisbane head before it could reach her. Pressure from Markovski. Paying off in a midfield retrieval for Canberra. Dos Santos wasn't able to win the ball back. She'll be up against Sian Fryer now. The ball up the line for Poppleton. Nice 1-2 with Fryer. Christopherson comes back to cover. This new role for Christopherson today. She's had a lot of work to do. She's done it all pretty well. At times has struggled to contain Fryer, but many players in this league have over the last couple of seasons, last season in particular. Stanage Floody is the player pressing Pringle. Blissett turning away from the pressure of Nathan. Holly McQueen now. Long ball, good touch from Poppleton. Manages to keep it in her possession. That's a lovely ball in behind. It'll be squared in, but blocked away from Taylor Young. Momo Hiyashi was the player who was looking to get free. She's cramped up after that challenge from Taylor Young. It was great work from Taylor Young to prevent that ball in. And there's some substitutions being prepared. It is an oft-spoken thing that you never sub on a defensive corner or an attacking one. That ball delivered in from Woods, headed away. Canberra trying to get it out of their own half. Woods taken away by the Canberra defence. It does seem to be those two players who are the two most forward players now. Stanage Floody and Nathan. Oh, a bit of a miscommunication here at the back. James takes absolutely no chances and kicks it as far away as she possibly can from danger. We're not quite at the time where it's all backs to the wall defending yet for Canberra, though we are approaching it rapidly. Christopherson trying to keep up with Fryer. Fryer keeps it in. Nice footwork from Sian Fryer, but Christopherson doesn't let her pass and wins the throw on the way out as well. You can hear the acknowledgement of the crowd for that effort. They've seen that battle play out all afternoon And that time, the Canberra local, the 20-year-old, made a big difference. Well, two huge moments here for Brisbane Roar. Isabella Hoyos, the 16-year-old, is making her A-League women's debut. She's from Brisbane. Her junior club is Springfield United. And we are also seeing the return of the attacking player, Grace Kulamu. The 17-year-old, this is her third appearance in the A-League Women. She made 2 last season, made an enormous impact before getting that devastating injury. It's great to see her back out on the pitch. And this could be the season where we really see what she can produce. She is a fantastic young talent, one of many produced by Brisbane. Coming off the pitch, Tamar Levin, who was the centre with a number of those opportunities up top for Brisbane. And the second player that's come off, Chelsea Blissett, who, of course, was another player returning from a long-term ACL injury today as well. So last throw of the dice, almost for Alex Smith. There's still time for Brisbane to get back into it, but with a 2-goal deficit and with tiring legs. One of the things about Sian Fryer is her immense fitness. She doesn't have tiring legs. She'll be up and about right until the final whistle. She's just searching for teammates who can put away her good work. Kulamu on the ball. Lovely turn from Fryer. Well, she tried to play it into Yallop, but Canberra's defence able to cut the ball out. Maybe was on to hit that herself there, Fryer, from the edge of the area. Chose not to. Holly Murray, she is an all-action kind of player. She will put her body on the line for the team, and you saw that there. Here's Kulamu trying to make a difference in the penalty area, but fouls Canberra United's Hayley Taylor-Young in the process. That would be a great moment, a great story if she were to get herself on the score sheet today. Just look at that from Holly Murray again. That is absolutely putting your body on the line. She's a workhorse, Holly Murray. Some former teammates of hers in the NPL Victoria have said she's the hardest working player they've ever played with. It's an enormous rap on her and what she brings to a team. Final third entries, Brisbane Roar leading that 54-35. They haven't been able to make a lot of their passes stick in the final third. And that's the reason why Canberra are the team in the lead at the moment. Markovski, well, that's taking a foul for the team there. Alex Smith believing there should be a yellow card, and in fact it will be produced for Markovski. So an eventful return for Maya Markovski, 2 goals and a yellow card. This stage of the game, you do often see players making those kinds of egregious fouls that are presumably for the betterment of the team, or so they say. Stopped a promising attack, and now it'll be another Brisbane set piece. The 16-year-old standing over it. Yashi's alongside her. They'll go short. Back to Hoyos. Yallop. The youngster getting involved on her debut, but so is Dos Santos, who's nipped in to win the ball back. Markovski couldn't keep it under control. Eight minutes plus stoppages for the Roar to get something out of this game. Canberra had it over them both times they met last season. Will they continue that trend into round one of 2024-25? Ball out wide. Runners in the middle. Popperton over. Couldn't get there. Ahead of Hayley Taylor-Young, who made an athletic effort to keep the ball in play. Dos Santos trying to drop, trying to apply some of that pressure. Della Harp against Taylor-Young again. And Hayley Taylor-Young hitting it up the line. Momo Hiyashi takes a strike from distance. It's worth an effort from there. Flew over the crossbar on that occasion. It's a great strike from Hiyashi, as we'll see another substitution for Canberra United. And another A-League women's debut. This time it's Jaya Bowman, who is replacing Maya Markovski. Bowman, a Canberra local. She was the NPLW ACT Player of the Year. She's a midfielder playing for Canberra Olympic in that competition. Only 18 years of age, a big, big moment for her. And Markovski, well, she was on 2 goals. She's been dragged by coach Anthony Draganic, maybe because of that yellow card. She misses out on the opportunity to score a hat-trick on her debut for Canberra, but you would imagine that the more satisfying thing for her would be if the team was able to secure the 3 points. The throw going the way of Brisbane, much to the dismay of the crowd. We'll see another substitution for Brisbane this time. Zara Kruger makes her return to the club where she began her career. She replaces Tamika Yallop, Brisbane's captain. She was highly influential in the goal that Brisbane scored. Yallop, but maybe hasn't had as much of an impact besides that as she would have liked. Kruger from Toowoomba. She's very good at taking set pieces. She took them a number of times for Sydney FC last season. Maybe that will come into importance in the remainder of this game. Dos Santos. There's a ball over the top. Ruby Nathan chasing. Wasn't able to get there, but the pressure almost led to a Canberra corner. It was great work from Sakani to get there and prevent the ball going out of play. A lovely ball through Fryer, trying to run onto it, but a great sliding challenge, preventing that ball making its way through. Possibly some cramps from Christopherson as a result of that outstretched challenge. I think those boos might be coming from some Brisbane fans in the crowd who believe that there might be something untoward occurring, given the scoreline and the time on the clock. To be fair, Christopherson was cramping earlier in the game. Alex Smith just letting the 4th official know that that time does need to be added on. Isabella Mawson being very responsive to that plea. Fryer with a throw. Hiyashi. Kulamu. All the way back and a shot from distance. Well, Sally James was forced to be outstretched. Zara Kruger had the effort from a long way out. The substitute, that would have been one way to make her return to her hometown club. When you see a keeper diving like that, you often think that the ball is on target. From Brisbane's perspective, they'll be dismayed that it was not. Kulamu, Grace Kulamu twisting, turning, manages to poke it out for Papadanova, who's gone down and wins a foul just outside the penalty area. This will be a dangerous free kick for the Raw. It was great work from the youngster, Kulamu, who played it through to Papadanova. And then the foul there from Christopherson. Well, you'd imagine this will be a direct shot on target. Hiyashi and Deborah Ann Della Harp, the two players standing over the ball. In fact, it's been left for Della Harp, the one-time Irish international from Sydney originally, played her NPL for Gladesville Ravens this off-season. Can she give Brisbane a sniff? Deborah Ann Della Harp lines up, shoots into the wall, deflected, and it's in the back of the net. Brisbane have their goal back. They are back within one with minutes to play in this game. Deborah Ann Della Harp's free kick has found its way in, and it will be squeaky bum time now for Canberra United. This ball from Della Harp, it's deflected, possibly off Hiyashi. That may be credited to the Japanese national. We'll have to have another look at that replay just to see who got the final touch, whether it was a Canberra defender or indeed a Brisbane Roar player. Well, here come Canberra, straight off kickoff, looking to restore their two-goal margin. That would have been quite something. Perhaps Brisbane gone to sleep defensively, hoping, well, thinking that it will be all them in attack for these final few minutes. All eyes now will be on the fourth official, Isabel Mawson, because the number that comes up on her screen, on her board, to determine how much stoppage time there will be, could make all the difference for the Raw. Let's see now. The fourth official indicates 6 minutes of added time, so 6 minutes for the Raw to get their equaliser that they will feel that they have deserved. Let's take a look at this again. Della Harp, ball in. I'll tell you what, it may have come off Hiyashi. Not sure, have to wait for the match commissioner's report to see who that goal is credited to. Either way, a clever free kick from Della Harp that led to the goal. So that goal credited to Deborah Ann Della Harp. So the deflection coming off a defender. There's still time for Hiyashi to get her first goal in these last few minutes as Dos Santos brought to ground legally, says the referee. So Brisbane have an opportunity in transition here. Woods pushing forward, a shot and a wonderful save from Sally James. Prevents the equaliser. Papadanova was bearing down on goal. How important is that save from Sally James? She's hurt herself too in the process. It was struck hard at the 22-year-old. Great work from Woods. And then it's come out to the Bulgarian international. She's devastated she couldn't put that one away. Sally James looks to be in an enormous amount of pain here. Let's hope this is nothing serious, because she's performed well on her return to Canberra. The backup goalkeeper for Canberra United on the bench, Coco Mistorovic. She's made 8 A-League women's appearances. She made 7 for Canberra last season. It's great from James. She put her body on the line to ensure that that goal wasn't scored. Popotanova just coming over and checking in on her. It's good sportsmanship. She's probably saying, you could have just let that one in and not injured yourself. That's likely some sort of variation of what she was saying there. Michelle Heyman all smiles on the Canberra bench still. No nerves in that face. Smiles on the Canberra physio's face as well, and a little nod from Sally James, so she should be okay to continue, which is fantastic news. So keep in mind then, that time that you see on your screen will likely have an extra couple of minutes as well on top of that 6, just because of that Sally James injury. Plenty of intrigue still to come, plenty of time for Brisbane. Take a look at that, 21 shots to 5 for the Raw. They'll really feel like they could and should get this equaliser here, given the flow of the game. Of course, of those 21 shots, only 6 on target, and that's probably been their undoing, and several of those shots on target have been straight at James as well. Free kick delivered in dangerous area. The header flashes wide. A little bit of frustration on the face of young Hoyos there from the Football Queensland NTC. Gee, she met the header well too. That is a rare skill in a young player, to be able to meet and rise to the high ball in senior football. Just couldn't get the power that she needed for a dramatic debut goal. Taylor Young not able to clear. Della Harp delivering in the middle. Ball cleared away from Popotanova, who was lurking. Nathan still forward, Ruby Nathan. Not able to maintain possession. She had Janaya Dos Santos in front of her. That's a great challenge from Tegan Bertolicio. She had to time it perfectly, and she did. And as a reward, wins her side the goal kick as well. That's a wonderful sliding challenge. Emily Pringle was away. She got that even slightly wrong. It could have spelled danger for Canberra, but she didn't. So a reminder, because of that injury to James, there'll probably be an extra 2 or 3 minutes in this game. We will be at referee Rachel Mitchinson's discretion. She's a highly experienced referee. Time is running out for the Raw. Can they find this equaliser? Can they find one more golden chance to walk away from Canberra with a point? On a yellow card to Holly Murray, probably for time wasting there. Mitchinson making sure that the Canberra United players stay on task here. You can understand the temptation to waste as much time as possible, but there is a game to be played and referees have to enforce that. Long ball out from Sakani. Into the midfield mix-up. Brisbane will be desperate to get possession here. Murray, who's just been awarded that yellow card, goes to ground in an awkward position. Play continues. Fryer looking to create. Sean Fryer going to the byline. A great challenge from Christopherson. Forces the ball out of play for a corner. Tish Woods will come over to take. This could be the final opportunity for the Roar. Woods delivering over the top of everyone. It'll come all the way through to Zara Kruger, who'll put the ball back in, a header from Kulamu. Out of play. And with that, it is Canberra United who start the season with a massive 3 points at McKellar Park. After the Brisbane Roar rushed out in the first half, they weren't able to put away their chances, and Canberra took them with aplomb. A brace to Maya Markovski and a goal as well to Mary Stanish-Floody means that at full time at McKellar Park, it is Canberra United 3, Brisbane Roar 2. Well, the Brisbane Roar, they will feel like they only have themselves to blame. They had more possession, more shots, more opportunities, but it was Canberra who were clinical. Let's take a look at the highlights and how the game panned out now. There were moments of end-to-end action. This was the first goal